Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Mystic Moonstone Weekly Angel Card Reading. The duration for this reading is the 27th of March through to the 2nd of April, I think it is. And I will slap my wrist if I've got that wrong. Okay, I'm using the Doreen Virtue set today, and I'm also using my usual Tony Command cards. Okay, just to show you how to mix decks. Let's have a look and see what the angels have in store for us this week. I also have my co-reader, I suppose you have to call her. As soon as she sees me setting up now, she comes and gets in place. Right, okay, let's have a look. First card we have is Archangel Raziel and the Divine Mystery card. I like this card because Archangel Raziel is the mystic of the angels. He's the one who helps us to understand signs coming in, to work with our intuition. Okay, and the card kind of shows the dove moving up from the dark into the bright, into the yellow, the solar plexus, the orange, which is your sacral chakra. So it's about moving back into your personal power, moving into what you have a passion for. Okay, let's have a look at an influence card and see what comes up there. And how lovely, we have the card of parents. Okay. Divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you to heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. You know, that can also be for those of us who have anniversaries this week, connected with parents, connected with grandparents. Okay, the cards don't really differentiate, and quite often you know, as I said, the parents, when I do readings, I find grandparents can come forward on this card as well. Or also individuals who have been like a mother to you, or been like a father to you, somebody like a mentor, you know, someone, you know, maybe you're thinking about someone in that way, maybe you feel that someone's let you down, you know, maybe they haven't gone over to the other side, but you're just feeling a little bit let down. And Archangel Raziel will be coming in and helping you to understand, and helping you to get back to a feeling of peace. You know, we have the dove there. Okay, let's have a look and see what we have midweek. Midweek we have Archangel Sandalphon and the card of prayer. Archangel Sandalphon comes around normally with our prayers answered. The only thing I will always say to people when I talk about prayer is, and I've put it on page this week, you know, that we ask for something almost out of short-sightedness, okay, because we only get glimpses of our life, glimpses of where we think it's going to go, glimpses of what we think we should be heading towards. And the universe, the angels, you know, they see this whole picture, and they know that, you know, that maybe what you're asking for right now isn't really what's going to serve a purpose in, you know, years to come. Or maybe if you were to be given what you're asking for now, maybe it would deny you a very valuable lesson that will actually help to enhance your life later on. So, you know, there's lots of reasons. Sometimes we feel like our prayers are falling on deaf ears, but they're not. And quite often on hindsight we see that our prayers were actually answered in a much better way. But midweek is about sending out those prayers and receiving prayers. And Archangel Sandalphon, as I said, he is the one who brings back our prayers answered. Okay, we have the card, Be Willing to Forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Now, I feel that this is still going on with the parents, with someone who's been in like a mentoring role to us, somebody who's been important to us. You know, maybe a loved one has gone over to the other side and we're just feeling a bit cross with them. It's not their fault that they've gone to the other side, but they've left us. And, you know, I know from a personal sort of point of view, you know, that can be quite upsetting. You know, why did they have to go? You know, why did they, I don't know, have such a short life compared with others? You know, those sort of questions, because it doesn't matter. You know, they could live to be 150, and when it's a loved one who passes over, it's always too soon, always. So, you know, so lots of feelings. You know, we have lots of what I call illogical feelings that go on when we lose a loved one, and you know, we kind of think, well, why have I got these feelings? Why am I feeling this way? Why is there so much guilt? Why is there so much anger? When there should just be love. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're only human. Okay. We have Archangel Azrael, the end of the week, and it's surrender. We have lots of lovely doves coming in this, don't we? I'm noticing the doves all the way through here. We've got the doves in the first one, we've got the doves in the last card. You know, so surrender is just, accepting something, going along that path, and you will end up somewhere that either you love or with someone you love, or just that sense of peace. Okay, whoops. Let's have a look at the last card. Let's see where this takes us. And we have cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. Now, once again, you know, I love it when the cards come together because I don't script my cards. I haven't got a clue what's coming out. I haven't got a clue what they're going to throw at me till I start doing a reading. And, you know, as I'm looking at these cards, I can see the pattern. And, you know, quite often, I'm not saying that we shouldn't love our parents, because we should. And we shouldn't love our grandparents, because we should. And, you know, as a reader, I feel... you know, quite often when I do medium links with people, it will be grandparents who come through very, very, very strongly. And, you know, they come through and they help us and they do guide us as much as they can, as much as it's not detracting from a life lesson and something that maybe they can't do. They can't tell us everything because sometimes that's not in our best purpose, as I was saying with the prayers. Okay, but, you know, as I said, we do have this kind of attachment that we have with our loved ones, and that's lovely, but sometimes we have to let go just a little bit, okay, and just accept that their love is continuously around us, that just because we're not getting messages from them all the time doesn't mean they're not there, just because we're not dreaming about them all the time doesn't mean they're not there. You'll quite often find that when you're in trouble, that's when they turn up, okay, and when your life's just going along, they're just, you know, they're just going along with you. So, you know, I feel that this whole reading is about actually forgiving somebody for leaving you, letting go of any past feelings you have. Maybe you feel let down. Maybe, you know, you've got issues with somebody from the past, somebody who was in a kind of authoritarian role over you in a way, but I don't really want to use that word, but, you know, more of a guidance kind of over you, you know. And, you know, forgive them for moving on, forgive them for maybe not being all that you wanted them to be, forgive them for making you feel alone, forgive them for not bringing messages through all the time, because that takes a lot of energy and they will only do so when it's really, really necessary. Okay, and you know, the last card is about cutting the cords. Archangel Michael, feeling safe, that it's safe to actually cut some of the cords and to move on with your life, knowing that, you know, the lovely memories you have of them, you carry with you. No one will ever take that away from you. You know, I'm reading this, it's Mothering Sunday, and you know, I get a strong sense towards mothers this week, and you know, I want to say that mum will always be with you. But if your loved one is a father, a grandfather, an aunt, you know, we all have these connections with these people who make these wonderful impressions on our life, and then when they're gone, we feel robbed, okay, we feel cheated. And, you know, but sometimes we just have to cut those cords a little bit, know that we still love them, know that we have the memories of them, and be ready to move on with our life, and maybe to fulfill their roles with others, okay. You know, we're all like, you know, a wise lady once said to me, and I'm sure she got it from somebody wiser, it might have even been Shakespeare that she got this wrong, that we're all players on a stage. I know some of you will correct me if I've got that quote wrong, but it's true. You know, she said that to me when I was in my late 20s and I didn't really understand it, but we all move through different roles. Okay, for me the easiest way to understand it is in the triple goddess role. You know, going from being the maid to the mother to the crone. Okay, I happily embrace being the crone now. I know that's the journey I'm on now. And, you know, we each play that role. And, you know, for men, there's exactly the same, you know, the same equivalent, okay, of going through different stages in our life, of taking on different roles. Okay, so it's a case of forgiving those that have been before and you feel have left you, and be preparing to step into that role yourself, either as a parent or as a mentor, giving guidance and support for someone who needs it. Okay, so I think that's the end of the reading this week. As I said, it's a bit of a strange one, this one, isn't it? But it does make perfect sense, and it's really just about letting go of the past a little bit, knowing your loved ones are still with you, forgiving any wrongs that you feel have been done, like you if they were only human, and preparing to move forward towards what you want, towards somewhere that brings you peace. Okay, with that I'll say love and light to you all. You all know to share to get into the bag. Next week will be our end of month draw. Okay, love and light to you all. Bye.